Alright guys, what's going on Villain? What's going on Lou? What's going on guys? Just setting everything up here. Just getting streaming started here. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Hopefully you guys been trading well. There's definitely some opportunities out there today to say the least. Day 441 minus 25 change. But today was definitely a big day for me. And that was FOMI. FOMI was a big trade in my swing trading account. I made 1.1 million on the name overnight. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Click the icon alert if I make new videos. I would really appreciate that, guys. We're gonna go with minus 25k today. Yeah, all right. And then we're gonna go change. Oops, change document. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the icon alert if you make new videos. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the NorMagnalTrading.com community that helps the community out a ton. Today is day 9:30. Save that. All right, cool. What's going on, Logan? What's going on, Kyler? Leave page. Then we're gonna go here. All right. I am live going over my 1.65 million in losses this month, and what, as well as my 1.1 million overnight trade. Don't want to miss. Alright, cool, there's that. Let me just post that there. Alright, hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hope you guys been trading well. Like I always say, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon later for making videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Helps the channel out a ton. We're just getting everything set up here. It takes a second to get set up, so I hope you guys been trading, or hope you guys been studying really hard over the weekend. Not over the weekend, or during this week, and hopefully this upcoming weekend you look into studying harder as well. Knowledge is power in this industry, guys. I can't stress it enough. There's nothing else I can say, but knowledge is power in this industry, and you must put the time in order to, all the successful traders that I know are the ones that put the time in. That's simple as that. People that don't put the time in, I've never seen anybody kind of just half-ass trading. Everybody that I've seen succeed, they put a lot of time into it and they figure it out. They have one way or another where they figure out, their techniques, their strategies, how they're going to put themselves in certain situations. And, the one thing that's all similar, guys, is they put the time in. They don't half-ass it. So I can't stress that enough. There is no half-assing in trading. All right, so hold on one second here. Okay, let me post this. Post this. Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Alright, so we got CEI, FOMI. We have, we can do AMC. We'll do PROC. And last but not least, SDPI. Why not? Alrighty, guys. Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. I think I posted on social media here. There's that. Alright, cool. Twitter as well, I think, worked out. Hope you guys been trading well out there. Hope you guys been studying hard and making sure you're taking advantage of the opportunities out there. What's going on, Dan Gruber? 19 birdies, Diego, Raja, Bacon, David. What's going on, guys? All right, let me go live on TikTok here. All right, guys, there's that. All right, cool. Hopefully you guys have been trading well out there. Hopefully you guys have been studying hard. Let me get the chart set up here. You guys can hear my scanner going off. All right, cool. So, yeah, we're going to let everybody kind of trickle on in. What's going on there, Palad? What's going on, Spaghetti, Jason, Corey, Alexander, B1s? What's going on, everybody? Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in at the NorMagnetTrading.com community. I appreciate every single one of you guys for supporting the NorMagnetTrading.com community. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I would really, really appreciate that. That helps the channel out a ton. And we'll give it about 20 more seconds to get everybody in here. What's going on, Meester? What's going on, Stock, Franzi? What do we got on TikTok? We got some people trickling on in. What's going on Instagram? Cormier, Azimuth, Fred, Logan. What's going on, guys? Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. So we're going to get started here in about 15 to 20 seconds. Hopefully you guys traded well. Obviously, the big trade of the day is FAMI at 1.1 million on that name. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go over that. But first, let's just get everybody in here. B1s, I appreciate that. Scott Williams, appreciate it. Yeah, so I just kind of, been going over today's day and just trying to, give you guys a recap of what's going on today. Let me get TikTok all set up here. I forgot I got to flip the camera here. No one wants to see my ugly face. Sorry, did I say that? My beautiful face. Sorry about that. Arshad, what's going on? Yeah, so, today, was a solid trading day. And yesterday, I was explaining this yesterday on stream. And Travis will call me out on it again probably, but I was basically going over yesterday and how I really liked the FAMI name and why I really liked it. And I'll explain it one more time. I'll give you about 10 seconds to get on in here. I'll explain the setup. Made a nice move. It really did. With a ton of volume, guys. It traded like 1.4 billion shares today. I don't think I've ever seen that. Appreciate that, AMX exchange. Yeah, so, this stock, has just been absolutely crushed. There's a lot of things going into this. One, I have seen over this past year stocks go from, we had hundreds of stocks that were under $1 to like maybe a couple, right? And I remember seeing all those names go back over $1. So I had that in my mind, number one. Number two, I saw this perk, and then we basically, if you go back and look at the 5-minute here, so we had this perk from 19.5 all the way up to 30 cents, right? So immediately I'm like, okay, there's some buyer's interest in here. There's something going on. We had buyers, move up, and then I thought this thing was going to sell off. Nope, it reconsolidated, right? And then I thought this thing was going to sell off. Nope, it reconsolidated. So where did I start buying, you might ask? Well, I had this one on my radar with the lows, with the dollar stocks. They keep recovering, et cetera, right? And so, I saw, this name, or I saw this name, and it was on my radar because of this move here, right? And then I was like, all right, this thing's just going to die off. Just going to be another stock that we see die off, and it's going to go right back through the lows. It doesn't. It re-perks. This re-perk right here is very important. We sell off, and then a re-perk, right? And then this day, we have a resell off, and I'm like, okay, it's over. It's going to break through the lows. Nope, it recovered with a good amount of volume. And I started to buy this right in here. This was literally me, right in here. I saw this re-perk off the lows, and I immediately took interest. Once this consolidation broke out, I started buying the hell out of it. And then I bought these dips in here as well. Okay? And, and the other reason why I'm buying this stock is because we just saw CEI go from, 33 cents up to 4.85. Okay? On a massive amount of volume, too, to say the least. Okay? So seeing that, too, as well, not only does, it run from 33 cents to 4.85, FAMI, kind of the same thing, a chart that's gotten beaten down at 19 cents, re-perk, and then, there could, I don't know, I can't tell you why there was this many buyers in this name today. Other than the fact that CEI, these are all FOMO chases from CEI. That's all I can say. This traded 1.4 billion shares. It's not 1.4 million or 50 million or 100 million. It traded 1.4 billion shares, I think, today. Or let me get a clarification on that. Sorry, 1.33 million shares. Or sorry, billion shares. 1.33 billion shares. You know, we had a nice volume into the close yesterday, and I was really excited about that, to see this thing kind of perk up like this, reconsolidate, break out, and then make a move after hours. I don't like to see things get too overextended on the charts, guys, but overall, you know, I like to see stocks kind of make a higher move, I guess, but slowly, and that's exactly what this did. You know, we had a reperk after hours, then a consolidation. And then we had a reperk pre-market, and then this had a nice move. And I ended up selling 2/5 of my position right up in here, okay? I saw this thing make a dip down from 42 cents and just boom, straight up to 53 cents on, what is that? 25 million shares of, you know, a volume, right? 25 million shares of volume on this 1-minute candlestick. I sold a couple million shares into that, and then I held on to the rest, and I ended up stopping out at about 40 cents, the rest, locking up about 1.1 million on the trade. And then, you know, we're still consolidating, guys. We're still hanging out. We're not really making a huge amount of, you know, range here. This name could continue to keep going. It wouldn't shock me if it does. You know, I was really contemplating whether to hold this multi-day, because I think it can go further, especially with the amount of liquidity. But since I've been so cold in my day trading account, and it's just been a rough patch over the past about 6 months or so, you know, at the end of the day, I just wanted to lock it up. So I locked up 2/5 here, and then the rest down in here. I sold it with about a 46 cent average sell. So right in here is about my average sell on that white line, and my average buy was like right in here on this white line. So made about 90% on the move. You know, when I made this overnight, you know, this was an overnight idea. Those of you guys who are watching, I have a free chat room, link in the description below. I post overnights. I'm not going to post overnights if there's no value to the idea, I don't think. Or I know I won't. But you can see here, you know, yesterday I posted FOMI at 24.75. And I overnighted this one right in that average range. And then, you know, we just got a ton of liquidity. A ton of buyers came flying into this name. And, you know, I got paid out really nicely. But I hope a lot of you guys banked on it as well, you know. And also, you know, let's get ready for, you know, this upcoming months too. Because October, November, December are basically, you know, one of the biggest months out of the year. Usually. I'd say 99.9% of the time, October, November, December, those are the biggest, most liquidity, most range value months out of the year. Okay? So I am extremely prepared for those months. Now, I've been on a you know, a very tough stretch in my day trading account. But that's okay. You know, we go through these as traders. And those of you guys who are watching, please subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. There's 100 of you watching. Please just jam that like button. Jam it so hard that, you know what, the channel goes viral. Okay? But anyways, guys, those of you guys on TikTok, I appreciate that as well. Michi is actually, I think, eating dinner. Is it 3? No, it's 2:40. Lion King is no longer out. But so yeah, it was a solid trade, and this thing isn't dying off. It's still holding up. You know, it's not. It made a nice recovery from 38 cents back up to 48 cents. This name is not dying. You know, there's still range. There's still liquidity. This might turn into a wedge. I'm probably not done with the name, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's in a wedge. You're right. It really does. So that was my big trade of the day. On that, I'm down 1.65 million in the day trading account on the month. You know, we're still up 11.4 million on it on the year. But I need to really start hammering it down in this account. You know, I really thought we'd get some nice moves today. I really thought we'd see a nice bounce on it today. But you know what? Just another day where, you know, we make mistakes. And but, you know, I had a great conversation with Jordan yesterday. And, you know, I know where my head's at. I know where I'm at. You know, and I know that I'm the best trader I've ever been to this day. It's just a mentality and oversizing problem that I had. But I'm really excited for October, November, December. That's going to be some fun months. I hope we get a lot of overnight ideas that, you know, go 100% plus like FOMI. It would be awesome to see that happen, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would be very excited as well. It's really cool to see, life-changing amounts of percentage gains, very quickly, obviously. And that's when I strive the best. When there's life-changing percentage gains, a lot of whipsaw action, a lot of liquidity, I strive, no question. When things are slow, when things aren't showing us liquidity and things aren't showing us range, that's when I struggle because I'm just like, I feel like I'm in that game. And that's just not, I just don't enjoy that. I'm just like, all right, I'm just sitting here like, it's up another 5%, 3%. And that's just not how my brain works. But I will say over the past 4 or 5 months, I've really worked hard on flipping that around and making sure I change that mentality. And so Jordan, we talked about this yesterday. Jordan is really strong in those kind of markets. Jordan is strong in the slower markets. When things get hot, that's when you're going to see me go like this, and that's when you're going to see him probably go like this, right? And that's because I love when things go like this, guys. I love the emotional, the whipsaw, the GameStops, the AMCs, the CEIs. I love that type of trading, guys. But at the end of the day, it is awesome to see that. But I know where my weak side is, and I know where my strengths are, okay? The first 3 months out of the year, I was great. $4 million a month, awesome. The last 7 months, it's just been like this, right? I've just been kind of flatlining, up and down, up and down. And it is what it is. But that's just the way it goes, guys. Blinn, I didn't see the Blinn news. But I can just go over today's quick day trading on this. PALT, this one, I'm watching this one going into tomorrow. We had FOMI, and I tried to take trades on this one. A couple of winners, a couple of losers. IRNT, I made a nice trade with after. Oh my gosh, did it go farther down? Wait a minute. Let me look here. It did go farther down. I went to 1270. I scalped IRNT 1,000 shares at 14 and then pricked it back up. But man, this thing just came all the way back down. Yeah, those of you guys. So this is kind of so first off, this is where I'm at on the year in just my one account. I have multiple accounts, but here's my one public account, day trading account that I'm in, the challenge account. Okay. Obviously 11.4 million on the year. But then here is what I'm down this month. Lastly, I use Schwab for the inherited IRA that I have. And you can see here, $1.87 million or $1,087,000 locked up on FOMI. So yeah, guys, that's where I'm at overall this month. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the NorMacnoTrading.com community. Do you guys have any questions to me at all? Do you guys have any? Oh, it is? Oh, sorry. So here's this. Okay. There's the FOMI trade. Here is the 1.6 million down on the month. Right there. And then here's the 11.4 million on my just challenge account. So I'm up really awesome this year. Across all accounts, I'm up, it's been a blessing this year. It literally was only probably mainly the first 3 months out of the year, which tells you, when things are whipping, I can really take advantage quickly. But when things are slow like now, like what it has been, that's when I struggle. Okay, and it is what it is, guys. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns out there for me? I'm going to go over some questions before I go. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the NorMacnoTrading.com community. Yes, I'm talking to you. Make sure to subscribe. It's always fun when we're making money. When it's a slow market, I'm just like, okay, another day recap, blah, 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 right? What's the best river to catch kings in Washington? I have no idea. I don't really fish. Is CEI an A+ long? I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm going to say no. It doesn't fall under my criteria. But, it might. Frank, appreciate it. Mr. Catch, appreciate it. Thanks for being live. You're welcome. IG, do you have any advice for taking the loss on a trade? Yeah. So, taking losses on trades are tough. One rule that I have is if I lose more than twice on a trade, I'm done with that name for the day. Or else I just get too emotional. If I take 2 losses on a name, I'm generally done. 3 is max, and that's generally me breaking a rule, but I'll give myself 1 extra one just in case. If I've lost 4 times on the name and I'm still trading intraday, that's a bad sign. Also, Another rule that I have sometimes when I'm trading well is if I'm not in the green and I'm still holding it and it doesn't go in the green within the first couple of minutes to 5 minutes of trading it, then I'm probably out. Even if it's a swing trade. I really work very hard on my entries, and if it's red, I usually just cut it. You should be able to, that's the problem of your entry problem, right? If you're just letting yourself go into the red and keep going farther and farther into the red, then that's an entry problem in my opinion. I should be nailing my entries to, like, I'm basically buying pretty close to the bottom, within 1 to 3% of the bottom. Do you know what percentage Jordan gets on his account on average? No idea, But, man, he's a very consistent. He's one of the only traders that I've seen take such small drawdowns, but yet still be a really, really successful trader. And, he's proving me otherwise when it comes to that, so I hope he does. Can I join you live trading at your place? No, I don't do that. What else? You do better swing or day trading? I do both. Day trading is usually my forte. Can you please show your setup and what you have on your monitors? I just have, I have CNBC here, my chat room here. I usually have chat rooms here, and then I usually have, my charts, my setup, and then my charts are all right here. Right now I'm live on YouTube, Cameraman. But, yeah. What else is super important to study besides volume, price? Just a lot, man. There's so much going on in trading, Chris Ferguson. That's such an open-ended, broad question. What else is super? There's just putting the time in. I don't care if you don't even use your time efficiently. Go back and here's one thing I can leave you guys with. Go back and look at all the top gainers and losers every single day for the next year. Just go back and look at the chart. Go back and look at the chart. Every single day there's a top gainer and a top loser. Go back and look at those charts, guys. Okay? That's the biggest tip I can help you with studying. Okay? There's so many different kinds of studying. There's so many different ways of studying. Go back and look at price action from 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Go back and look at fundamentals, whatever. There's so many ways you can study. And so many different successful traders trade so many different ways. Okay? Go back and look at the biggest gainers and the biggest losers every day for an entire year. I'll leave you with that. What do you got on TikTok? Who's your broker? It's Trade Zero. They're awesome. Love Trade Zero. What platform do you use to execute trades? Trade Zero. I use Thinkorswim for charting. What is happening with GameStop, AMC? I have no idea. Those names are always volatile. Study everything, laugh out loud. If you see, and see if it helps improve your trading. Yeah, it's just anything you can get your hands on, don't be afraid. Like, if you think that you're wasting your time by looking at stock charts, you're not. You're putting in time. You're putting your brain into a state of, okay, this is what had happened. Jason Kiros, no, I'm not. They shadow ban me is the reason why I'm not. If they, knew that I was fully verified, then I probably would be, but they probably just think I'm another typical TikTok scammer, which is fine. I'm just trying to inspire and motivate as many people as I can. The more people that find me, the better, just because I can inspire and motivate. I've taken $1,171, turned it into $17.3 million in 441 business days, and I hope you get inspired by that. Simple as that, I do this to inspire and to motivate, to help you guys get a solid base and foundation. I thank all the mods for helping out the chat room. There's a lot that goes into trading, guys. No, Nassim, you can buy my course. That's the best way that I would recommend it. Buy my course. You'll see pre-recorded live trades. What else, guys? I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Thank you for the Cam work ethic. Solid. Let's work on the Cam, man. You're a legend, Cam. I appreciate that. Was lost today. I thought you posted 1 million win on Twitter. I'm confused. Yeah, no. I had a $1.1 million day in my swing trading account. In my day trading account, I lost 25 grand. Yeah, I'm usually 25, right? It doesn't come overnight. It takes hours and hours studying. That's a great mindset, Travis. You guys have to read what Travis just said. It doesn't come overnight. I realized that FOMI happened overnight, and overnight I probably made I know I made probably life-changing money. I think $1 million is pretty life-changing. But I show you guys this to inspire. I'm down 1.65 million on the month, and I've had a rough 7 months. Those of you guys who have been following me long enough to know I'm very transparent. When I'm hot, when I'm up, I'm up and it's a fun time. We're partying. When I'm down, I'm just like, this is boring. But I'm still gonna be honest and transparent, you know? I'm not gonna go run and hide from losses, guys. You're always gonna see an honest trader because I want you guys to see successful traders out there. You know, they have losses. It's not just like we're all, you know, we're not just making green day. You know, it's just not how it works. Everybody thinks that selling a course is greed. It's not greed. It's simply how the world works. Literally. When somebody puts time into something, 99.9% of people, when they put their a year and a half of their life into something, there's always something in return for that. You know, I already have a free chat room. You know, I have a free content on my YouTube channel that's worth tons and tons. You know, I offer tons of free stuff. Yes, I know my course is paid. I know it is. But at the end of the day, there's many reasons why I have it paid. Number one, and most importantly, when people pay for something, they take it way more seriously. I can't tell you how many people I've seen in my career where I send them something and they just put it on the back burner. And they put it on the back burner. And they put it on the back burner, right? The mentality of you spending money for something is one of the most important things in anything in life. Do you realize when you spend money, you most likely think about when you spend money more than when you don't? When you spend money on groceries, food, alcohol, whatever you do, go Mariners games, you probably are like, is it really worth it? Is it really not? Am I really going to enjoy this? Am I really not? You actually think about your process when you put your hard-earned money to work, right? So that's number one. When you spend, money on something, your mindset is, I need to study this more often. Your mentality switches, right? Whether people want to admit it or not, your mentality 99.9% of the times always switch when you put your hard-earned money into something and you say, hey, I'm going to put my time and my effort, to this, and this is what it's worth to me. And if you're not willing to, invest in yourself, then I don't really know anybody who's not invested in themselves who has been a successful trader. I'll be honest. I don't know any, even me. I've seen tons of courses throughout my career, and I've paid for a couple. And even me, I've studied courses. I've gone on YouTube and studied many successful traders, and now I only have a handful of people that I can look up to because they're so few and far between, because where I'm at in my career, it's different. But, at the end of the day, guys, you have to, realize when you put your money into something, you think about it, you're like, all right, is it worth it, is it not? And that just thought process in itself is a huge deal to me. Not only that, but there's number two, when you go anywhere in life, this is crazy to say. Sometimes I find this mind-blowing. This to me it's a tough spot, right? When you go to the doctor, do you think they just give you a free, when your life is literally on the line, you think they're just like, he might die, we're not gonna charge him? No. I've very rarely ever seen that. That's just the world we live in, right? Whether it's as simple as groceries, whether it's going to the doctor and it's something that's causing you severe pain. You can't run from it. And that's why I found trading. Trading is a opportunity that can create financial freedom if you put the time in, if you have enough process plan and strategy to get yourself into a situation to be successful. I go back and forth on offering my course these days because I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, well, you make all this money, why do you charge for courses? It has nothing to do with my financial gain. Zero. Obviously, okay, I'm not going to say zero. 1%. Obviously, it's nice to, have a business, have an LLC, have write-offs that I can use. That's obviously really nice, but at the end of the day, I don't even my trading is well past anything I make from the courses, right? So, and at the end of the day, I put a year and a half of my life into that. When people work hard at something, even in trading, you guys are all trying to work hard and create an opportunity for yourself. And that's the time you're putting in, right? It's just how life works, right? And so, but it's a mentality thing. It's when somebody puts a lot of time and effort into something, that's just, and I do offer sales as well. It's not like I've just charging you $2,000. You know, there are 50% off sales. I offer 50% off sales throughout, like, very, very rarely. I mean, once, maybe twice per year. But, you know, I just go back and forth whether I even want to offer my course anymore, because I get tired of hearing, oh, well, you know, I'm never going to give it away for free, I can tell you that. There's not a chance. The people that paid for it, trust me, I'm never doing that. You know, not only that, but there was people that helped me make that, who edited the videos. You know, the people that edited the videos, I had to pay. So it's like, yeah, anyways, that's just a prime example. But, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's that, guys. So, anyways, if you're interested in learning, check out my course. Actually, I mean, it's the most in-depth, you know, study guide that I have at the end of the day. You know, I put a lot of time and effort into that, and, you know, you can check it out if you're interested. If you're not, move on. No reason to even kind of even look at it. If you think it's way too expensive, if you think it's a scam, if you think it's not worth it, just move on. Then you don't need to try it at all. Daily data. I need you to keep saying that. I'm dead serious. I mean, okay, maybe like once every 3 minutes do it, because then I can't see what people are saying. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, a strategy. Free chat in the description below. My course, teach you by process, in the description below. Brokers that I use, in the description below. Brokers, 2 free stocks, for $1,400 in the description below. I'm going to answer some questions on TikTok. I appreciate every single one of you guys for subscribing. I might go trade.